All right, guys, what's happening? What is going on today? Thank you for tuning in to Strength for Today's Man. This is volume 86. And today I'm extremely happy and excited that we have reached this milestone. Today is our 100th episode. Whoop, yep, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. 100 episode. And that's a part of Today's Man podcast. Because Strength for Today's Man is under the umbrella of Today's Man podcast. So Today's Man podcast, this is our 100th episode, but for Strength for Today, this is our 86th day of our daily devotion. I'm thankful that you guys watch every day or whenever you can. You listen in your car, you watch it on your laptops, computers, or the television, on YouTube. Thank you guys. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you for the support and your prayers. Many of you have said how God has blessed you through these daily devotions, and I'm thankful to that because that's my endeavor, is to share something with you that will encourage you, lift you up, build you up, and to bless you for that particular day. So with that, I want to talk about something that I know has helped me get to where I am today. In Matthew 7:24 and 25, it reads, "Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock." What are you guys built on? What is your foundation? In your life right now, you as a person, what are you built on? What is your foundation? And I'm hoping and praying that your foundation is faith. That's the best foundation you can have in your life, is your faith. The foundation of faith. Stronger than any other foundation that I know of. Even in the world, far as construction is concerned, when they're building houses or mansions or corporate offices, they have a code that they have to go by, and it's anywhere from 20 to 70 meters deep those foundations have to be. And that's somewhere in the neighborhood of 66 to 230 feet deep for those buildings to sit on. Those foundations have to pass code. They got to be extremely strong because those buildings have to withstand so many different things in the elements, storms, winds, and all types of things that's going to come. In your life today, your foundation in your life is going to have to be built in such a way to withstand all types of weather. All types of weathers that's going to come. Storms are going to come. We know that the storms of life can come from any and every direction. Storms come from the front. Storms come from the back. Storms come from the side. Storms even come from above. But whatever direction those storms come, we have to have a foundation to withstand anything. Some of you right now, today, you're either in the storm, or you're coming out of the storm, or you're about to go into a storm. Isn't it amazing that once you come out of a storm, you think you got a time to rest, and you can look over the horizon and be like, man, that looks like a storm brewing. That's how fast storms can arise in your life. Soon as you come out of one, here's another one coming right behind it. And your foundation has to be able to withstand any storm that comes your way. It's during these storms that our foundation is tested. And if your foundation is not weather tested, if it's not trial tested, if it's not drama tested, if it's not problem tested, if it's not X tested, if it's not children tested, if it's not work tested, you are going to be shaken off of your foundation. This is why it's important that you build your foundation before the storm comes. Build your foundation before the weather starts changing. So by the time that storm comes, you already know that your foundation is deep enough to withstand what's going to come. The stronger the storm, the greater the test. How often have you heard that? The stronger the storm, the greater the test. And your foundation has to be able to withstand that. Jesus here painted a picture of a storm that hit from all angles. And I mean all angles. Think about it. You're bracing for a storm that hits you from the front. You might be bracing for a storm that hits you from the back. You might even be bracing for storms that's going to hit you from the sides. But what about those storms that hit from every angle? What about those types of storms? Is your foundation built to withstand that type of weather pattern? Are you able to withstand anything and everything that's going to hit you from all angles? The rain came down. In this story, he says the rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew against the house. But the foundation was solid, and the house withstood the storm. Is your foundation able to withstand any storm that's going to come your way? There's going to be trials. We know that. There's going to be tests. We know that. There's going to be issues, and we know that. But according to your foundation, you can withstand any test. If your foundation is deep enough, if your faith is strong enough, you'll be able to withstand any category storm that comes your way. The foundation was not built during the storm. Let me say this again, just in case you missed this. The foundation, your foundation, is not built during the storm. It was built before the storm. It was built before the winds came. It was built before the rain came. It was built before the lightning came. Hear me good on this, guys, because this is an important revelation here. Build your foundation before trouble comes. So when trouble do come, you can withstand whatever comes your way. It was not made by the storm. It was made for the storm. Oh my goodness. That's a revelation right there. Your foundation was not made by the storm. Your foundation was made for the storm. What is your foundation made of? And I pray to God that it's made of faith. I pray to God that is built on faith in God, to know that whatever comes your way, you are going to be able to withstand it. Jesus explains here that the foundation of our faith is built through action. It is not built on hearing God's word, but being obedient to it. Did you catch that? Your foundation is not built on hearing God's word, but being obedient to it. Yes, faith comes by what? Hearing. Faith comes by listening. However, your foundation of faith is built on being obedient to God's word. It's one thing in just hearing it. It's another in just listening to it. But it's an entirely different spectrum when you obey. You are putting what you hear and what you're listening to into action. It's one thing for me to say, I love my wife, but it's another when I put that love into action. I don't just want it to be lip service. I want it to be physical action, things that I do to prove that I love her. I don't want you just to hear my words. I don't want you just to listen to the words, but I want you to be obedient to God's word. The words you hear, the words you are listening to, the words you read. It's important, yes, that you're hearing it and getting it down on the inside. But the most important part of that is being obedient to what you hear. Be obedient to God's word. Here's Here's a very important message right here. Here's a very important point right here. Before you go through difficult days, because we know they're coming, we know without a shadow of a doubt, difficult days are going to come. You need to do the hard work of obedience and build a strong foundation that can weather the storm. Do the hard work of obedience. Obedience is not easy. It's not easy to obey, is it? No. Many of us, we already know how hard it is to obey. When God says, don't do this, we're like, really? I can't do that? And then we test God on that and see. We push the envelope. I'm like, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's all that. And then when we disobey, we get into trouble. That storm comes and our foundation is not strong enough for us to withstand the storm because of our disobedience. Let me close with this, guys. Lord, help me rely on you before the difficult days. Guide me as I build a strong foundation of faith in you. When the rains come, help me stand with courage and confidence. What are you built on? What's your foundation made of? Is it built on courage and confidence in God? With all that being said, obedience is what really holds your foundation of faith together. This is Strength for Today's Man, Volume 86. I'm Malachi Mitchell. Thank you for celebrating this day with me of our 100th episode. I look forward to the next 100. And guys, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and please be sure to share the channel with someone else. Don't keep it to yourself. Share the wealth. I look forward to seeing you real soon. You guys be blessed.